Our mission here at the 91st Missile Wing, we defend the United States with combat-ready nuclear forces on order. We'll conduct global strike. That's what all of our men and women are trained to do, and that's the standard that we train to every single day. In 1968, the unit moved here to Minot to bring the Minuteman III mission on. So prior to that, Minuteman I missiles had been installed here. They brought Minuteman III on. Our first ICBMs got on alerts in 1970. We're organized by function. So this is the operations group. We're responsible for operating the Minuteman III weapon system. It's a huge responsibility that we place on very junior members, so 22, 23 years old, and they're signed up for custody of maiden reentry systems. It's very significant. They're below grade, about 60 feet below ground, in a hardened capsule. So they are surrounded by concrete, steel, and rebar, all designed to withstand a near-miss nuclear blast. So again, when these things were built in the 60s and 70s, Soviet Union, Cold War, massive numbers of ICBMs, it's all about surviving an attack. While we can't necessarily survive a direct hit, we could survive if they hit close by. The first thing you do when you take the alert is you get a briefing on what's going on out here. What's the maintenance? You check out all of your equipment, make sure it's all configured appropriately. And then you take care of whatever task you have at hand, whether or not if you have a maintenance team out at one of your launch facilities, making sure that you're interacting with them, you know what's going on with them. It's okay that nobody thinks about us on a regular basis. It means they feel safe. It means deterrence is working. It means assurance is working. And you don't have to worry about us. We got this. We got this. We've got fantastic people every single day. They go out, they got this mission, and they're doing a fantastic job.
I grew up in Oklahoma. I've been around horses pretty much all my life and everything. Having a horse here and stuff, it kind of gives that, like, in the Air Force you have your mission and you're very proficient and you're always, training and everything, but you also need something to do off duty. And you have to be able to connect with that resiliency training also, where it's like you need to go out and just relax. And horses are a way for me to kind of get away from the stress and day-to-day work and just kind of come out here because we're outside and it gives us time to be outside, spend the evenings out here when it's, the sun's going down, and it's just a relaxing place to be.
It's just, with a job, it's like so redundant. You can just get into the cold. Like, you go to work, you do your job, you come home late, and then if you have the energy to cook, you'll cook something like that's actually good for you. But if you're like tired, obviously you just get whatever's in the fridge, you just microwave it, eat it, and then you'll just go to work early again the next day. It's similar to like being on an airplane, or how that ever makes you feel, but it doesn't make you feel the most healthy, because there's a constant like worrying like sound in your ear, just because of all the comm equipment. They're just making sounds constantly. You have to understand why you're there, and like the reason why we haven't had like any major like weapons of mass destruction, like actual attacks, is probably because of our capabilities. So I think it's that bigger picture thinking that's made me more appreciative of missiles and what we actually do for the mission.